Amid the markets just rejecting everything Trump is doing and sloshing into the muddy depths again today, the automobile company that is owned by the president's top campaign donor, that's doing particularly poorly, even against a market that itself is doing very poorly. Here's the Journal again tonight. Quote, the past few months have been particularly punishing for Tesla, which fell about 5.8% today. Tesla shares have plummeted 44% in 2025 so far. Today, Tesla dropped outside the largest 10 U.S. companies by market value for the first time since June 2024. Tesla is grappling with slower sales and a damaged brand, with Chief Executive Elon Musk's prominent role in the Trump administration alienating some customers. The company is set to report earnings tomorrow, Tuesday. Analysts are expecting a year-over-year drop in Tesla profits. The Washington Post reports that Elon Musk may be heading toward the end of his time in Washington. That first quarter earnings report that his car company is due to give tomorrow, it does look like it's not going to be good, and that may give him a business excuse that he might be looking for to get out of Washington. After all, his time in Washington kind of started bad and has been scuttling worse and worse all the time. His Department of Government Efficiency DOGE thing is a mix of embarrassment for its errors and its palpable confusion, and horror and anger for how much damage it is doing to the U.S. government, with really nothing positive to show for itself at all. Even if the whole idea of DOGE was cutting spending, the Trump administration is spending more on a daily basis than the Biden administration was.
And that is true. And that is a problem that I have. And I have no problem saying it. But to say that DOGE isn't doing anything good, is obviously wrong. Unless you think that, cutting spending is not good, or at least pointing out where spending issues are, right? It's an audit. That's what's going on. That's what needs to go on, right? But we also need to rein in spending at the same time, which is not happening because that also causes pain, right? Trump is doing things right now that is causing pain on a couple of fronts. And it seems to me that in order to try to, keep some people happy, he's not gonna pump the brakes on the spending, which is not good. But it's kind of hard to fight on all these different fronts at the same time, right? You want to cut waste and fraud. You want to cut down all these organizations. Like if you look and see how many agencies we have, I think we have something like 400 different agencies. The federal government has around 2.3 million employees. It's a monstrosity. Like it takes geniuses with AI technology to figure out what the hell's going on with this scenario, right? So, is it something that needs to get done? Yes. Can he pump the brakes on the spending right now? Probably not. The economy is taking not the economy. The stock market is taking a hit, right? And that's what people need to realize, right? These are numbers on a screen right now, right? If you haven't sold anything, you haven't lost anything. And that's what's important. Look at the 5 year over year on the S&P, right? You're still doing perfectly fine. All right, so stop crying right now at this point. Do the numbers look bad in the short term for the year? Yeah, it looks bad because he's trying to do something. He's trying to make something happen that should have happened a long time ago, right? The issue is we are taking medicine right now to fix this China situation that we have going on. And it's going to suck for a little bit. It's going to suck on paper for a little bit, at least what I think. I don't think it's going to get to the point where, we're okay, maybe we'll have to pay $100 more for a television for a little while. All right, well, let's figure that out. I'll do that to figure out the massive economic woes that we're going through right now.
So even if the whole good idea of DOGE is less government spending, it has absolutely failed at that, with Trump spending more than Biden did.
So it hasn't failed in that, right? And that's stupid. No, he's saving the money. The party right now is just spending more, which is bad. I'm all for us saying that that's bad, but you can't say that him saving money is not a good thing.
Musk's cocky assertions about 150-year-olds getting Social Security were immediately debunked and showed him to just not understand the data he was looking at, which is very embarrassing for a man whose whole brand is, look how smart I am. Musk's time in Washington has been marked by White House officials snarking anonymously to the press, like Rolling Stone magazine, about the perception by some in the White House that Mr. Musk appears to be high all the time. Also, that he's possibly the most annoying person on the planet. I keep using the word annoying, but the word doesn't do the situation justice. Musk apparently tried to get a top secret briefing from the Pentagon on China war plans. That was promptly reported in the New York Times, which led President Trump to show that he was both absolutely unaware that his top campaign donor had arranged this for himself. Trump then very quickly made clear that he didn't think something like that should happen. And so it was canceled, and Elon had to eat that too. Musk then tried to get back into the money and politics game where he'd done so well, getting Trump into the White House in the first place. He went very publicly all in with massive spending, ostentatious spending, and personal appearances to try to sway the Wisconsin State Supreme Court election. Elon Musk's candidate then lost by double digits in an election that was universally branded as a referendum on Elon Musk. Musk then installed his own choice as acting IRS commissioner. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent then complained to Trump and uninstalled the guy 2 days later.
So I'm not understanding what the issue is here, right? So they're saying Musk is doing this, Musk is doing that. He's requesting this, he's requesting that, and he's not getting it. He's not getting it. Right? So what does that mean? That means that he's there for a specific task. Trump is keeping him in check, and everything keeps working. Right? If you're put in a position of authority, a position of power, maybe people like that tend to try to stretch their authority, try to get a little bit extra of what they're looking for, of what they want. Right? And it takes somebody on top of them to say, no, you're not going to do this, you're not going to do that, you can't do this, you can't do that. So to me, all this nonsense they're saying, it just seems like business as usual. It seems like things are just working out. You stick to the Doge thing. You are finding waste, fraud, and abuse, which she already said that he has, right? So the one thing that he was tasked to do, she in this whatever 5-minute segment, she's claiming that he's done.
Musk then took a loud public stance against Donald Trump's tariffs. Trump has ignored his loud public stance against them and kept the tariffs and all their disastrous implications, including for Musk's own car company. Musk then started a loud public beef with Trump advisor Peter Navarro. Trump decided, quite obviously, to keep Peter Navarro, and we haven't heard much from Elon Musk ever since. Now, the Washington Post reports this weekend that Elon Musk's signature move in Washington, that whole tell me 5 things you did last week or you'll be fired government email, that email goes out sometimes weekly now to government employees, but people just ignore it. It's being ignored by multiple, if not most agencies in the government because Elon Musk no longer really seems to have the juice to do anything about it. Musk no longer appears to be...
It's not having the juice. He couldn't fire them to begin with, right? It's a measure that helps understand if there are people actually there doing something, right? It's a tactic. It was a tool. I'm sure it was very effective in the beginning, and now people realize, okay, if I return one email, then I'm here, and then let's just move on.
Running stuff, let alone personally wielding some kind of axe over every government employee in every government agency. All of that on top of the massive public revulsion at his role in Donald Trump's administration and in American politics. The massive public revulsion for Elon Musk's role in Washington has made the Tesla brand toxic, not to mention his own personal brand.
I mean, that's what, you guys did that, right? And I'm sure if, him hopefully being, intelligent, he knew that was going to come. He knew that was coming, right? So he insulated himself. The guy's worth more, even with the Tesla stock at what it's sitting right now. He's still worth $500 billion. He's not crying over people not liking him. People are not going to like him no matter what. And you guys are just, beating him up right now so that, and any part of this administration, right, that is going to stick out a little bit is going to come under fire. Everyone knows that. That's understandable. If it's with Hegseth, Bongino, Bondi, Kash Patel, RFK, anyone that sticks out for the moment and gets into the spotlight to try to do something is going to catch the entire ire of the liberal media. We all know this, right? And it's Musk's turn right now. He's going to go through it, and that'll be the end of it.
So we'll see tomorrow how things go on that Tesla first quarter earnings call. We'll see how it goes for Tesla. We'll see how it goes in terms of telling us what's about to happen to Elon Musk and his sojourn in Washington.
Well, as I checked right now, Tesla stock has jumped up 5% today. So I don't know what the earnings report said, but couldn't have been that bad. But yeah, they're gonna do everything that they can to just beat everybody up. That's the job right now. Trump with the tariffs in China, he seems a little weak right now, only because stock market things and things of that nature. But I think that he knew this was going to come, right? They have to have known this was going to happen, how it was going to happen. Elon had to have known this was going to happen. Maybe he didn't think they were going to start firebombing Tesla dealerships, but he should have known better if he didn't. Guys, give me a subscribe, please, if you can. Hit that subscribe button. We'll see you again on the next video. Thanks a lot for coming out.